Yo, mambo vipi, mambo vipi, mambo vipi? It's a boy Dikine White na tuko na nani?
And of course, we have the one and only Dalmas Viola, aka Madam Petty Mouse in the house. Tell a friend to tell a friend, like rafiki ya Babu Owino amefika hapa ndani ya nyumba.
Peti, tuko live hapa ndani ya Mutembei TV. Na jamani, leo ni siku moja amazing sana, maana tuna mheshimiwa bwana karibishia mheshimiwa Mike kidogo.
Bwana Evans Oluoch.
Yes, Evans.
Kutoka pale Lower Savannah.
Yes.
Embakasi East.
Bwana Evans, mbona umeamua kuwania kiti pale Lower Savannah na si kwingine?
Kwanza mimi ni mkaji pale Lower Savannah.
Yes.
La pili, I'm a community worker pale Lower Savannah. I've been involved in community work for the last 15 years.
Yes.
I also have a project there, education project,
yes,
that support needy children from the informal settlement.
Yes.
Na pia niko na a feeding program na kusaidia people living with disability, people living with AIDS, and also the less fortunate people in the community. So I've been involved in their life for the last almost 20 years. So I think it is the right place kusimama kuwania kiti ya kisiasa hiyo ya MCA. And apart from that, based on what I've been doing in the community, I think I'm more qualified kwa kusimama katika kiti.
Yeah. Evans, nilikuwa na chunguza story yako na nikakuja kujua wakati wa corona ulisaidia sana watu wa Savannah, na wewe au sitting MCA. Mbona uliamua kufanya hivyo wakati wewe sitting MCA, na najua labda ulikuwa unatumia pesa zako kutoka kwa mfuko yako?
You know, when you're a community worker, you understand the challenges that people are going through. Because not anybody can do whatever I was doing. We have seasonal politicians,
yes,
who might be coming up right now kufanya hizo kazi, kupea watu chakula,
yes,
na kuseduce vijana na mambo na handouts.
Yes.
Lakini mimi as a community worker nimekuwa pale, nina understand the challenges that these people are going through. And immediately when COVID started, I knew what people are going through, because most of these guys will lose jobs zao, wengine wali lose biashara zao zilienda chini.
Yes.
Na basically having that niko na shule pale Soweto ya kusaidia watoto,
yes,
you find that I understand what these kids are going through. Basically, I was not just giving food because of the community,
yes,
but I was more focused because of the kids. Because wakati shule zimefungwa na most of these kids walikuwa naenda shule kwa sababu at least kuna feeding program wanaweza kula pale. But because kulikuwa na COVID and the parents can't afford food and everything, nikajitolea, putting politics aside, putting traveling aside na mambo za ujinga, where we are just focusing on the community as large. So we're giving out food freely, door to door, without ubaguzi, without kabila, without kuangalia mtu na Jubilee ama na UDA manini. We're just helping the community at large.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you going to do for the people of Lower Savannah that you haven't done?
Currently, Lower Savannah is like any other slums in Nairobi. The problems that people of Lower Savannah are going through is the same problem that people of Kibera, Kariobangi, Mathare are going through. Now, currently, we are having a very big issue now when it comes to education sector. When you are life your ghetto, you find that most of the kids, when you are in the shule, and yet to go 21st century. So, number one, early childhood education was devolved. You go take a county government. Now, unfortunately, the county government of Nairobi has done nothing, or if it is nothing, they've done little when it comes to early childhood education. Now, because we have CBO schools, community-based organization schools that are within the slums, I'm coming up with a bill that is going to help the people of Nairobi that are having these CBO schools, whereby this bill is going to request the county government,
yes,
to fund the CBO schools within the slums, so that they can accommodate more children within these schools. Because the schools that you're having, the government schools that you are having, they're not sufficient enough to accommodate watoto wote katika ghetto ama katika Nairobi. So we are going to use, we are going to use the local available schools, the CBO, to wasaidie zikuwe funded na county government, yes, so that they can accommodate more children when it comes to education. Beside that, tumekuwa na watoto wengi sana wala nafanya class 8, na unfortunately they don't proceed from there after that. Wanashinda nyumbani, some early pregnancy, early marriages, wengine wanaingia kwa crime. We want to focus heavily when it comes to education ya watoto wetu. Tuko na basari aina mingi sana hii Kenya. Tuko na basari ya MCA, tuko na basari ya mbunge, tuko na basari ya women rep, tuko na basari ya senator, na tuko na presidential basari.
Yes.
We can utilize all these bursaries so that you can accommodate our watoto wote waende shule, because the only investment you can give to our kids, sisi watu wa ghetto, ni education. Watu wa ghetto hawana ghorofa ya kupatia watoto wao, hawana magari na nini. The only investment you can give to our kids ni education. And me, if given opportunity ya ku serve the people of Lower Savannah, I want to make sure kwamba each and every child, nikifanya kazi pamoja na the area chief, the area wazee wa nyumba 10, to make sure that any kid yule anafaa kuenda shule ameenda shule. Yeah.
Okay, what makes you think that you suit the seat and not the person who is sitting right now?
To be very honest, the current MCA yule amechaguliwa pale angeperform according to his manifesto and according to our expectation, mimi singesimama. In fact, ningemsupport afanye kazi vizuri. Lakini based on ile kazi amekuwa akifanya, nikiangalia what other MCAs are doing in different wards, ameperform vibaya sana, like terribly. Number one, when it comes to bursary, all elected MCAs within Nairobi wanapewa 700 bursaries every financial year. Unfortunately, our sitting MCA amekuwa akipeana bursary not less than 200. My question is, hizi bursary 500 zinaendanga wapi? And I know right now, because tunaenda uchaguzi and they might be giving bursary tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, maybe wanaweza peana bursary 500 ikuwe tool ya kucampaign. But what wananchi should understand, bursary si pesa ya MCA. Bursary ni pesa ya serikali. Just ni MCA amekuwa entrusted na hiyo mandate ya kupeana. So MCA should not campaign na bursary. MCA hata MP, hii pesa ni ya serikali, imepeanwa whether MCA yuko ama hayuko, hiyo bursary bado inapeanwa because ni project ya serikali ya kusaidia the less fortunate. So hii ni when it comes to education, the MCA hata hajuangi ni watoto wangapi wanafanyanga KCPE ama KCSE. Because as a local leader, because MCA ni kama local leader, it is your responsibility to follow up about the community, the welfare of the community. Ujue ni watoto wangapi wamefanya KCPE, ni wangapi wajaenda high school, how can we help? Ni watoto wangapi wamefanya form 4, what are they doing? Can we come up with a project ama funds ya kuwasaidia waende colleges, things like that. Apart from that, MCA should know how many schools do we have within our ward, so that ajue shida gani wako nazo, so that aangalie vile anaweza wasaidia. Hii ni shida ya kwanza. Shida ya pili, when it comes to infrastructure, kutoka MCA wetu achaguliwe, there is only one road ile ametengeneza, na imetengenezwa na kampuni yake, and I'm sorry to say this, but it is in public domain. Imetengenezwa na kampuni yake, barabara moja. But if you look at the rest, because like in Lower Savannah we have 11 zones, the rest of the zones, the rest of the 10 zones have been neglected. So kuna ile ubabe ya kwamba mimi nilitoka zone fulani, so zone fulani ndio inafaa ipate nini? Ipate maendeleo. So that is another thing that is really affecting us. Another big problem ile imefanya MCA wetu amefail drastically is trying to compete with the area MP, because our area MP is Babo, you know. Is ni mtu anapenda maendeleo. He's been trying to make sure each and every ward kuna maendeleo. But if you look at Lower Savannah, MCA amekuwa kipingana na MP. So hakuna ile proposal MCA amepelekea mbunge amwambia our area MP, out of this CDF funds, what can you do for us? Can you help us with this and this project? Hakuna kitu kama hiyo our area MC amefanya. So mimi, I believe I'm best suitable because I understand the challenges that these people are going through. I'm a man who's down to earth. Hakuna mali nitapigana na MP ati nataka kumwonyesha kwamba pia mimi niko na pesa. I will make sure that I'm going to work with the area MP to make sure watu wetu wamepata usaidizi. Jua Swahili wanasema mahali wawili wakipigana ni nyasi inafanya nini? Inaumia. So we want to make sure as much as I'll be the MCA na kutakuwa na mbunge, we work together for the benefit of the common mwananchi wapate service delivery.
MCA Bwana Evans,
yes.
Maybe kwa kijana ama kwa mwanadada ambaye anataka kujitosa kwa ulingo wa siasa for the first time kwa kitu yote tu MCA, kitu chochote, maybe nini unaweza mwambia basi?
Okay, for the past 8 months nimekuwa nikimonitor siasa especially Nairobi very keenly. Umejua kwa kijana kuingia kwa siasa, you don't just wake up early in the morning useme kama unataka kuwa mwanasiasa. Ama unasema nikikuwa MCA nitaomoka. No. This is something that should come from grassroots.
Yes.
This is something you should have shown earlier enough that truly you care about these people. Because huwezi sema kwamba unajali watu na hata meetings za chief, meetings za security ya community, meetings za education, meetings za bursary, meetings za development of the ward ojaenda. Unaona? You must number one understand the area mahali unasimama.
Yes.
Understand the challenges that they're going through. Try and show your concern, not because of election period, like in the last 5 years. Yeah? Kama unajua unataka kusimama kweli, the last 5 years, what can you show the people? Like for instance, mimi nikiulizwa as a young person, yes, unataka kiti Evans MCA.
Yes.
What have you done for the community?
Yes.
I have a track record. There is something that I can show. Ya kwamba I've been doing ABCD with my small resources and with my small connection ile niko nayo. I've been trying to help the community. Lakini unapata kuna mtu anakolanga jaba mahali anasema nataka kusimama MCA. Kuna mzee anakaanga tu mahali kwa beza kuna kinyozi anasema nataka kuwa MCA. Mwingine akona video shop ameona akona customer wa 10 wa 20 anataka kuwa MCA. But if you ask them what is the responsibility of an MCA? Because MCA kazi yake ni ku legislate. Kutengeneza sheria that is going to help the people of Nairobi. MCA kazi yake ni ku oversight. MCA kazi yake ni ku represent hao watu. So what kind of ideas does this individual have, whether you are a young person or an old dude? What ideas do you have that can bring changes to the community? Or unajua MCA anaenda kupewa mshahara, utapewa loan, so uende uomoke miaka 5 uache watu. But you cannot live the same life ile tumekuwa tukilive kila saa. You are just electing people because ni beshte yako or because mnachezanga naye pool. Hapana. We have to elect people who have shown they know what they're going to do there. I don't want to be in a situation that our area MCA yako sahi anasema mimi sikuwa najua City Hall vizuri so nipeteni miaka ingine 5 ndio ni wasawa. It is very unfortunate because sisi ukienda college hata uende high school hapa uende wherever campus it does not take you more than 1 month to know the corridors of the campus or to know the corridors of the high school, sindio? But how can it take you 5 years, then you come back to the people who voted you in and trusted you with the responsibility of looking at their welfare, uambie kwamba it has taken you 5 years kusoma City Hall vile iko.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bwana MCA, research inasema kwamba vijana wadogo mara mingi hawachukui kura. Unadhani ni kwa nini?
Jambo la kwanza, vijana wadogo hawachukui kura kwa sababu serikali ilitoa funds kidogo sana kwa IBC kumobilize voters, voter education, voter registration, the advertisement and everything, because it is the responsibility of the IBC kupatia watu ujumbe ufike ya kwamba kura inachukuliwa. Like for instance now, kura inachukuliwa. But IBC has not come out clear na kutangaza kwa TV kila saa ya kwamba bado kura inachukuliwa mpaka tarehe 28. So kuna poor marketing strategy on how to reach these young people. Number 2, it is the responsibility also of these aspirants. Wale wanasema wanataka kusimama, wanatafuta kiti. What are they doing to mobilize the voters? Yeah, because when someone wanatafuta kura, now you don't want to mobilize these people. Number 3, need the kind of performance, maybe kuna new virgin voters, but they have seen, as much as they have never voted, but they have seen and they have heard how those people who are elected have underperformed. So unapata kwamba watu wanasema kwamba waheshimiwa hawakufanya kazi, tuliwapatia kazi, hawakufanya, vijana hawajapata job, nini, most issues. Like for instance now, wale vijana walipewa kazi na county government ya kufagia. For 9 months, they have not been paid. Na walikuwa vijana thousands and thousands within Nairobi walipewa kazi. Do you expect somebody like that to go and register as a voter? You would expect somebody like that to register as a voter, and yet alipewa kazi na county government na MCAs na walipewa mandate ya kuwachagua, lakini sahi for 9 months hawakuchaguliwa, hawakupatiwa mshahara. The governor yule alipatiwa kazi, alitolewa hiyo kazi, alikuwa impeached, and on top of that, those MCAs of Nairobi are not even fighting for the right of these youths wapate mshahara yao. So don't expect our vijana waende wachukue kura, because already they have seen that their leaders have failed them drastically. Yeah.
Okay, bwana mheshimiwa, ulianza ndoto yako ya kukuwa politician like mwezi gani ama mwaka gani?
Mimi nimekuwa kwa siasa kutoka 2016. And before that, as I've told you, mimi nilikuwa kwa community work. Na based on my work, ile kazi nikaa nafanya kwa community, wamama wakasema bwana Evans unatosha kuwa kiongozi wetu. Because ile kazi unafanya imeshinda hata yule MCA alichaguliwa hiyo area. So 2017 nilivai katika kwa hiyo ticket ya ODM. Unfortunately kura haikutosha kwa nomination, nikakubali kushindwa. Wanasiasa wengi wakubali kushindwa. Nilikubali kushindwa na nikasupport the current MCA. Unfortunately, he never came back and said, you know what, Evans, you're a community worker. Let us do this. Let us work together to study the community. So I've been in politics kutoka 2016. Yeah.
Are you still going back with the ODM, the Azimio party?
Mimi ni ODM damu. Hapo uweze nitoa na wania katika tiketi ya ODM. Azimio is just a coalition. But we have our political parties that you cannot abandon. ODM sisi ni ODM, na as ODM we are going for every seat. As long as unaweza chukua kiti, if you are an ODM aspirant, go for it. Azimio, we have Jubilee, even them, as long as you can go for that seat and you think you are qualified, go for that seat. Tukutane kwa debe. Yeah.
What if nomination ikuangushe tena round hii?
In politics, it is not a matter of life and death. And if you put it as a matter of life and death, you'll end up having depression. Hapo ndashtukia kwamba umeanza kuattack wengine. So as much as politics is dirty, but the new generation, we don't want to play dirty politics. We want to play clean politics. Now, I'm going for it to win. I'm not going for it to lose. I'm trusting that ODM is going to play their role as a political party. They're going to do their research. Hakuna mambo kununua certificate. Hakuna mambo kubraibiana. This thing must be free and fair, and you're ready for it, and I believe I'm going to win.
Okay. Suppose ODM hawajakupatia hiyo chance, the certificate. Will you consider running for the seat as an independent?
Mimi najua ODM inaenda kunipatia hii chance. So hakuna ile kitu nimecross kwa mind yangu kama ODM hizo kunipatia chance. Because all those people I'm vying with, wale tunatafuta hii kitu wote, they have nothing to show the community that they have done. Some of them, they bank on their tribe. Mimi ni kabila fulani, nichagueni. Some of them, they bank on kijana wa mtaa. We have already tried kijana wa mtaa, wakafail. Some of them wanasema wao ni maskini kama nyinyi, achaguliwe, but they have nothing they have done. Already tulishachagua maskini akaanguka, akatuangusha. So mimi deep down in my heart, naamini kwamba niko kwa ODM and I'm going to get the ticket and I'm going to serve the people of Lower Savannah with only heartedly. Yeah.
Mheshimiwa,
Yes.
Kesho ukakuwa president hapa nchini Kenya. Corruption imekuwa ikihusishwa sana hapa Kenya na viongozi wengi. Mheshimiwa, unaweza deal aje na corruption kuhakikisha corruption inaisha hapa nchini Kenya kabisa?
Based on my research na vile nimeona vile vitu zimekuwa kifanyika hapa nchini yetu Kenya. Jambo la kwanza ile mimi ningefanya kama president ni kitu inaitwa all government official should not trade with the government. Kama unafanya kazi na serikali, wewe hata kama ni MCA, hata kama ni MP, hata kama ni nani, as long as unafanya kazi na serikali, you are not permitted to trade with the government. What do I mean by trading with the government? When it comes to tenders, when it comes to these projects, this opportunity should be given to other Kenyans, not mimi MCA, at mimi ndio MCA wa Lower Savannah, then at the same time tenda zote za kutengeneza barabara, stima na nini, mimi ndo napatiwa ama kampuni iko affiliated na mimi. That is one way of fighting corruption. No government official should be permitted to start any company or relatives, anybody who is very close to this official, to start any company ya kupata tenders, because hapo ndo corruption inaanza. Na hapo tunapata kwamba kama barabara inafaa kutengenezwa na 10 million, wanapandisha 30 million. Unaona? So that is one thing. Another thing on how to fight corruption is lifestyle audit.
Yes.
Lifestyle audit matters a lot. There is no way an MCA can earn 300,000, lakini ukiangalia life yake ana live maisha ya 1 million per month. We have to know that 1 million anatoa wapi. We have to know wewe MP you are earning 1 million, lakini maisha yako unaishi maisha 500 million.
Yes.
You have to tell us the extra funds zinatoka wapi. If it is business, is it business legit? Is it that you're trading with the government, or kuna shady deals unafanya, or you're dealing with the drugs or what? So lifestyle audit matters a lot. It should start from the MCA to the president to jue how they survive, how they get the extra coin. If unapata milioni moja na bibi yako na drive, watoto wako na drive, unaishi kwa nyumba ya 500,000 per month, watoto wako wanaenda shule ya 250,000 per term, how do you get these funds? So lifestyle audit matters a lot, and if the president can do that, this is something that we can fight in a very good way.
Okay. Mheshimiwa, why do you choose Azimio Damu all your life and not Hustler, not the UDA?
To be very honest, I've checked the profile of the deputy president. I've seen what he has been doing for the last, since they were elected together with the president as a pair in the government, and the first term from 2013 to 2017, I didn't see where the deputy president was fighting for the rights of Wanyonge. I didn't see where he was talking about the small traders. I didn't see where he was talking about the borders. I didn't see where he was talking about Mama Bogas. The first 5 years, there's nothing he was talking about. He was just there. Only thing that we are hearing about the scandals after scandals after scandals. So now it's the second term. I haven't seen where the president and the deputy president are sitting together to work on how we can fight corruption, how we can have the youth empowerment. So the deputy president has no authority or mandate to lecture Kenyans on telling us on how he's going to help us, how he's going to give us jobs, 5 million jobs, or how he's going to give Mama Mboga what and what. This is just a way of tricking voters. Because when they were campaigning in 2013, they said that Raila was analog and they were digital. But today, we are seeing the same analog that he was talking about in 2013 is the same analog he's talking about today, or talking about kazi ni kazi. You cannot take somebody's son or daughter to university for 4 years, amegraduate, ako na degree yake, then when amekuja kwa market unamwambia kazi ni kazi, uza hata ndizi, uza hata mahindi. So why was this kid going to school? Why was this student going to university? So I don't believe in his ideologies, his manifesto, or whatever he's talking about. It's just a way of brainwashing few Kenyans in believing that yeye ndio culprit, yeye ndio ameteswa, sasa yeye anaweza saidia wa Kenya. And furthermore, when the deputy president is talking about dynasties or the system, believe you me, when we are talking about the YK92, from there the deputy president was there. He has been electing he was electing Kibaki, he was electing Moi. There is no any day the deputy president has said, now since mimi ni mtoto wa mnyonge, mimi ni mtoto maskini, let us follow Dida, because Dida was vying, yeah, and Dida was a hustler. He could have said, you know what, we are no longer interested with the dynasty, we are no longer interested with the system. Now let us elect Dida, or let us elect Okuru Okot. He never said that. Now that seems that he is looking for votes, and he knows that the majority of Kenyans are the hustlers. The majority of Kenyans are those people who don't have the kind of income he's having. He's taking advantage of them by giving them handouts and these fake promises. Yeah.
Mheshimiwa, now that you don't support the UDA, definitely you understand the term bottom up. And I don't understand it, and somebody is watching who also doesn't understand it. Will you please explain?
Unfortunately, even me, I don't understand the term bottom up when it comes to UDA. Because I believe when the government is collecting resources, revenues, when the government is collecting funds, it is the responsibility now to give the funds to
Derek. Sasa okay Derek. Naomba mheshimiwa tupatie Derek nini hapa, naona anajaribu kujoin kidogo tu.
Yes.
Aulize mheshimiwa maswali kidogo tu please Betty. Analalamika sana, anateta. Okay. Mr. Derek, unmute your mic basi please. Derek? Hello? Hello? Hello, Derek? Mr. Derek.
Mtoe mheshimiwa maliza sentence yake.
Okay, sawa. Mheshimiwa, you can proceed.
Mheshimiwa, carry on.
So the term of bottom up here, Deputy President together with his team, I really don't understand it, because I believe when we had the new constitution, and we thank God for the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, for working so hard to make sure that Kenyans will have a new constitution. When you had the new constitution, funds and some of the projects were devolved to county governments. And when the government, national government, is collecting revenue, they distribute these funds based on the needs of each and every county. So when we're talking about bottom up, already we have a system in place from the county level that is doing projects in each and every county. And now when we had even the issue of BBI, this is a thing of bottom up also. The BBI was saying very well that the small politician, the MCA, will also be given the funds to bring development in the ward level. So it is nothing new that the Deputy President, together with his team, are telling us. Everything is happening even as we are talking. We are having county government that are doing a lot of development. There's a lot of work that is going on within the county level. There's a lot of work that is going on. We are having the national government CDF fund. The MPs are doing a wonderful work with their funds, and apart from a few. And if at all we go back to reggae and the MCAs are also given funds, they can do even more to the ward level. But also even right now, the MCAs can still lobby for funds and projects in their ward level. So there's nothing new that the Deputy President is telling us, because even as we are talking, there is funds in the Women Rep Office, the GAF fund. These funds are for helping women and youths. There is a fund in the Wezo Fund, in the office of the Member of Parliament. It's almost 60 million every financial year. These funds are for helping youth. So there is nothing new that the Deputy President is telling us about bottom up. Yes.
Wow. Okay. Are you aware that Azimio is promising us 6,000 after they win the election?
Yeah, well aware that the Prime Minister is promising Kenyans 6,000, and this is not something that is new. If you go to developing countries, if you go to America, if you go to Canada, if you go to Europe, they have these funds. They have the welfare funds, whereby if you're not working, you're jobless, there's a form that you fill, you take your kids to school without paying any shilling, and there is some funds that are given every month, about $1,000 or $3,000 every month, to cater for their families. So it is not something new, it is doable, because if the president sometime back confesses that in Kenya we are losing almost 2 billion per day in corruption, this money is enough to help Kenyans who are in need, to help Kenyans who really need those funds. Because even right now, apart from even that 6,000, as we are talking, the government is giving funds to those people who are coming from desert areas. As you are talking, when we had COVID, the government was giving funds to those vulnerable families. So it is something that is doable. Let nobody rule it out. It is very much doable with proper planning and proper management. Yeah.
Mheshimiwa, kindly convince me if the 6,000 is not just a storytelling and it will come.
I can tell you for a fact, this is not a story. Because if now the government is able to give funds through national government, through Ministry of Interior, to give funds to those people who are living in Turkana, to those people who are living in Marsabit, to those people who are going through challenges, the government is giving funds. If government is able to give funds when we are having drought and people's cows and camels are dead, and government is giving them funds, this is something that is doable. If the government was able to raise funds during COVID and they were sending 3,000 every week to Kenyans, this is something that is doable. So I believe the Prime Minister, with his age and his connection and his experience, when he's talking about giving 6,000 shillings, he knows where he's going to get the money. He knows where he's going to get the money. Because, for instance, if you go to the members of parliament, do you know when the members of parliament leave this country going for other issues in America or in Canada or in Europe, do you know members of parliament are paid 100,000 per day? You know, so we have a lot of money. MCAs, you're an MCA, you earn a salary, but you still earn a sitting allowance. So there is a way the government is going to work out into reducing this excessive spending on non-issues, so that you can come up with these funds that can help. Apart from that 6,000, they can come up with other funds that can help when it comes to building other industries. And because the Prime Minister was complaining, how comes in Kenya we are importing even toothpicks, we are importing razor blade. These are things that can be made in this country. And when they create employment, we are going to have less Kenyans expecting that 6,000, because most of the Kenyans will be working. Unless they are just Kenyans who cannot work, they'll be given the funds.
Mheshimiwa, tunaomba tupatie Bwana Derrick nafasi, amejoin mara mingi. Unatusikia Derrick? Hello, unmute your mic please.
Yes, yes, I'm able to hear you.
Yes, Bwana Derrick.
Yes.
Tuko na mheshimiwa hapa, sijui mswali gani unataka kumuuliza. Mheshimiwa anakusikiza.
Habari yako mheshimiwa?
Mzuri sana ndugu yangu, habari Derrick?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's a great honor to meet you for the first time.
Okay. See, you have got great interest in one of the MCAs, India, or MP?
MCAs in Nairobi, Lower Savannah, and Embakasi East.
How confident are you that you can make it?
Everybody, all politicians are confident. When you join politics, you are always confident you're going to make it. So we believe and we trust God that you're going to make it.
Okay, in the screen you can see a question I was posting. Now, you as an individual,
Yes.
Where does your beliefs come from as a winner? From you as a winner, where does your beliefs come from that now you can win?
Number one, based on the track record of the current MCA, because each and every politician, when they were campaigning in 2017, there are so many promises and manifesto they said that they're going to deliver. And based on my performance as an individual, what I've been doing, based on that, I was not elected in 2017, but there are several things that I've been doing in the community for the interest of the community, not just political, but for the interest of the community. And right now, the voters are more focused on who can deliver, who is with them. You know, there are so many things that, yes, the expectation of the voters are, but there are few things that when we focus on, then the voters might say, okay, you know what, this guy is more suitable for this seat based on A, B, C, D.
Okay, now just to cut you short, you have a good explanation. Now, you know, there were former MCA who is can I say who's the current MCA.
Yes.
What motivates you that you think you can do better than the current working MCA?
Number one, I've checked, because being a resident of Lower Savannah, being a community worker in Lower Savannah, being somebody that has been doing a lot of projects in Lower Savannah, I've seen what the MCA has been doing. I've seen what other MCAs in Nairobi have been doing. And mark you me, before I decided to go again for this seat, I'm very sure I did my research. I looked at what he was doing. I've done my research based on how he was giving out bursaries. I've done my research on how he has been doing projects based on zones, because in the slums, we are divided into zones. I've checked out some zones, almost out of 11 zones, 9 zones were neglected completely. Yeah. So this guy has not performed. He has not performed. And most of those people that you are supporting him, the Wandani Wake, the inner circle supporting, their life has not changed. They are the same people that we saw 2017. And now he is recruiting new fresh blood, because the previous ones have already known his intention and what he was doing. So I'm really focused. I know that I can do much better. If you ask the MCAs in Nairobi, ask them, what bill have they taken to county assembly to help the people of Nairobi? Because one of their mandates is to legislate. and they need to come up with the bills, they need to come up with laws that are going to help the people of Nairobi. And me, for instance, I'm saying, if I'm given the opportunity, I'm going to come up with 2 bills. Bill number 1, when it comes to education, because early childhood education is devolved, it belongs to the county government. And now, since we have the schools that are not sufficient to accommodate all the kids that we have within Nairobi, I want to come up with a bill that is going to mandate the county government to help the community-based organization schools that are in the slums, to help them out so that they can be funded, they accommodate these children within the slums to access education. Number 2, another bill that I want to come up.
Before you proceed further,
yes,
I can see you have got bright ideas. You have got bright ideas. And now, yes. Just to ask you a simple question, question before that.
Yes, my brother.
You've said you are a resident of Lower Savannah.
Yes, my brother.
And if any case it happens that you are chosen or you are elected to be the MCA, how will you expect your team to work? How will you work with your team?
Okay, number 1, I've looked at how my current MCA is doing. Instead of having a good strategy on how to work for the people of Lower Savannah, he has opted to paying rent for 10 individuals who are just, their work is just to make noise and to sell propaganda. But personally, I'm saying in my office, just the same way a member of parliament can do, I want each and every area to be tackled. I want an area when it comes to education, we are going to have somebody who's going to represent education sector, whereby we want to know how many kids are not going to school. We want to know how many schools do we have, the CBO schools, what are the challenges that we are going through. Number 2, we are going to have somebody who's going to be in charge of environment. We want to know why is Zone A having sewage problem? Why is sewage leaking? How can we sort it out? Because it does not cost me money to make a phone call to Nairobi Water and Sewage Company and ask them, why is sewage leaking? Why is Zone B?
Just briefly, Kidogo, kindly.
Yes.
Just briefly,
yes.
I can see you're explaining. It's good to explain, but you're explaining too much. Just to ask you.
Yes.
Sorry?
It is good to have, I can tell you, I'm going to sort out the issue of water. But what is the strategy? What am I going to do when it comes to it? Because all the aspirants, all the politicians, they'll come to you and tell you, my manifesto is security, my manifesto is water, my manifesto is education. But what is the work plan? What are they going to do about it? So that's why I'm trying
now before you proceed, you've said I'd ask you a question how your team will work, how you will work with the team, and you have to say that you will first of all consider what the current MCA has done and the failures.
Yes.
And you've mentioned some of the failures that the current MCA, what he has done, what is not good, maybe to the people of community, to everybody, to everyone.
Yes,
now,
yes.
During the time the current MCA was working up to the moment, were you in the village or were you available?
Me, I've been available. I've been in Lower Savannah because I have a project there. I've been
that is good. You were available. Now,
yes.
According to you,
during
the period you will be working, would you wish to have someone advise you on what to do? Maybe if you got a project.
There is nobody who is superior. Even the president have advisors. So
yes.
I don't have any problem having advisors. People. In fact, my main agenda now, it's not just having an individual advisor. We'll be having community meetings. We'll be having zonal meetings so that we can know what the county government can do for the people of Lower Savannah and what the member of parliament can do to the people of Lower Savannah. This is going to be a collective responsibility.
So in short, you need advisor.
Yes.
And can you also advise someone?
Yes, I can also advise someone.
And being that you are present during the time the current MCA was working, why could you advise him on the important issues that you're talking about so that you can enrich him with the knowledge that you have, so that you can be, maybe the current MCA can now work effectively according to your wish?
Unfortunately, let me give you the genesis of why I was not able to advise the current MCA. When we competed for the member of county assembly using ODM primaries, we were over 20 aspirants who were eyeing that seat. But unfortunately, we didn't make it. And I'm the only aspirant out of over 20 aspirants. I'm the only aspirant who considered defeat and in fact supported the sitting MCA, took him to aviation, took him, made sure they had the ODM. But I can tell you for a fact, if you have somebody who looks at you as a threat, he will never ask for your advice. He'll always see you as an enemy. And that's why if he, any time that is giving even bursaries, he'll always say, nyinyi ni watu wa Evans, nyinyi ni watu wa Evans. So it makes it hard, gives like that. I think as the MCA, he should have said, you know what, Evans Oluoch was part of my team who decided to support me even after nomination of ODM. Let me bring this guy on board because he's brilliant, he's having connections. Let us see on how we can help the people of Lower Savannah. I can give you one small example. When we had COVID, just a minute, when we had COVID and COVID hit Kenya very hardly, the people of the slums suffered mostly. But where did the MCA, where was the MCA? MCA was not in the picture. It is me who wrote a letter to Pankaj Foundation and other organizations to bring food within the slums so that we can help our people. So it is a matter of that individual. Is he willing to be advised, or he thinks that he's more superior, he's more brighter, and he thinks that he can do better things than us? Now, since we are going for election, this is the time he's calling the wazee wa nyumba kumi for meetings and giving them handouts. This is the time he's calling the youth and telling them, you know what, I didn't know this, I didn't know that. It shows you that this person, his heart was not for the people of Lower Savannah. He was after his selfish interests. So, my brother, what I can say, there are some people that can advise if they ask for advice. You cannot.
Okay, now, we should not take much time in so many questions, but it is important to ask you this question, my brother. Yes, you've said, you know, what you have said made me to have a question. You've said that it was like you are a threat to him. That is why he couldn't allow you to be closer, because you are a competitor.
I think so.
But to you now, do you think you have got some threats? There are those who are a threat to you that you feel like should not be close?
Right now, personally, I don't think I have any threat, because all these aspirants who are looking for this seat, who are vying, you know, it is their democratic right to contest for the seat, and may the best winner win. You know, I don't have any problem with that. But anything that concerns the community, for the sake of the benefit of the community, I don't see any threat. If it is helping the community, if it is something that is going to make sure we have education, we have better healthcare, we have water, we have security. If it is something that is going to help the community, I don't have any problem as Evans Oluoch, and I don't look at anybody as a threat. I'll just look at that person as a leader that is for the goodness of the community.
Okay, that is good. That is good. So the last question that I have, maybe the second last question for you, you've just why have you decided to pick on Azimio, not UDA?
Okay, number one, I've been in ODM from 2016. I've looked and I've gone through the politics of the day, how things have been working out. I've checked what the deputy president have been doing from 2013, and based on his track record from 2013 to now, I don't think I fit anywhere where deputy president is. Because, for instance, me, I'm somebody who fights for the right for the kids to go to get education. I make sure that we have kids joining high school. I make sure we have kids, students joining secondary school and university and colleges. You cannot come and tell me now, after us spending a lot of money on these students to join university and high school, then you come back and tell them that kazi ni kazi. It's like now you have a degree holder mzazi wake amechukua mpaka loan, mtoto amechukua mpaka help, amesoma, amemaliza, expecting a good job. Then you come and tell the same individual, kazi ni kazi, sukuma wheelbarrow, uza mayai, uza
okay, let's not go to that. Yes. Let's not go to that. Let's not go to skuma wheelbarrow and so many things. Okay, the question was why do you feel like if you go with the Azimio or the ODM ticket, it will be better than going with the UDA? You know, if you talk about the bottom up and all that, we are in a different chapter. But why have you chosen on ODM and then leaving UDA? Because both of them are political parties. But why have you chosen on Azimio? Is it because of Raila Odinga, or is it because you don't support Ruto, you don't support one? So that's why you've joined the other side.
Okay, I told you earlier, I've been in ODM from 2016. ODM is one of the oldest parties in this country, well organized, with a good experience. So I don't see the reason why I should ditch ODM to go to UDA. UDA has only 2 members of county assembly and 1 member of parliament. If I look at UDA and ODM, which is the most popular party, it is ODM, because in terms of numbers, in terms of representation, in terms of members of parliament, in terms of governors. So why should I look for a new party? It's like going to Okuru Okot's party. So I believe in ODM. I believe in the ideologies. I believe in what the Prime Minister has been doing for this country. And that's why I've opted to buy and use his political party to go for the member of county assembly seat.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I've seen you have got ideas, and I wish you success, brother. It is good that you have got good plans. The people of Nairobi, the lower Savannah, and just to wish you success. I know it is going to be a competitive election. But now, what is the influence of Raila in your campaign?
The influence of Baba.
Yeah, is it going to impact you in any way?
It's not only me. The influence of Baba is going to impact all the aspirants within Nairobi and the Kenya clergy.
I salute you, sir. You are good to go. You are good.
Derek, asante sana. Wacha tupatie Frederick pia nafasi tusikie anasemaje. Hello? Hello, Frederick. Hello, Frederick. Unmute your mic, please. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Frederick.
Hello? Are you getting me?
Yes, Frederick. Yes, I was here.
Yeah. The guy is trying to say that the ODM and the UDA is trying to control.
Hello? Hello, Frederick. Ni swali gani uko nayo kwa mheshimiwa wetu leo? Hello? Okay, sawa. Hello. So Petty, you can proceed.
Mheshimiwa. Okay, are you going to work with Upper Savannah MCA?
Currently, we're in the same constituency because Upper Savannah, Lower Savannah, Embakasi Ward, Miango, Utawala, they're in the same constituencies. So we are going to work with those people with the same ideologies, individuals who believe in empowering the youth, individuals who believe that if you're given the opportunity to serve the people, make sure you serve them. Isikuwe ni njia ya kuomoka, ikuwe ni njia ya kusaidia wananchi, so that you can leave a legacy. I want a situation whereby after I'm elected and I've retired from politics, there is something that people will remember me with. They'll say, you know what, if not for Evans, my kid or my son wouldn't have gone to school. If not for Evans, this youth group, I ain't get part of funds. You know, Let us leave something behind. Isikuwa kwamba ulikuwa MCA ukachapa miaka 5 ukaenda. No, leave something behind. Just the same thing our beloved President Uhuru Kenyatta is doing. He's leaving a legacy. When Kibaki was in power, he left a legacy that people are remembering with. So I'm asking even these MCAs who are in Nairobi, what will people remember them with? Because most of them are going home. What will people remember them with? Or itakuwa tu kwamba fulani alikuwa MCA na kaenda. Yes.
Wakati mwingi wanasiasa ama waheshimiwa wakishapatiwa hii nafasi, mara mingi raia ama sisi wananchi tunasema wadeliver vitu walikuwa na promise. Je, utafanya nini kwa different na viongozi wengine, na utafanyaje wana Savannah wa kutrust kwamba utafanya vitu unaahidi?
Okay, I can say this, umujua ina depend na passion ya mtu kwa watu. If you are elected and you decided wacha mimi niende nirudishe pesa zangu, wacha nifanye mambo zangu, you won't serve the people. If you are chasing after the money and you forget about the development of your people, then mind yako yote itakuwa kwa pesa, utasahau wananchi. But there are very simple things that MCA does not need to use his money from his pocket. It's just a phone call away. It's just following up. Kwenda kwa kama ni kwa upande ya barabara, enda kwa department ya roads, fuatilia, jua kwa nini barabara fulani bwana haijatengenezwa na pesa ilitengwa. Are you getting that?
Yes.
When it comes to education, fuatilia watoto wangapi walipata basari na wangapi wamebaki, what can we do? When it comes to water, umepigiwa simu kama MCA, umeambiwa maybe Central Zone hawana maji for the last 2 weeks. It is your responsibility as a MCA. Piga simu kwa Nairobi Water and Sewage Company, ask them, kwa nini area fulani hakuna maji? It is your responsibility. It does not require funds. It does not require your money to chip in. When it comes to sewage, unapata kuna mahali Soweto sewage imekuwa kimagika for 5 years. Na MCA akikuja anaruka, anafanya hop, step and jump na anaenda. It is your responsibility. Piga simu, uliza kwa nini mali fulani sewage inamwagika. It is a health hazard for the people. It has to be attended to. When it comes to stima, ukienda koma uende hizi estate kubwa na nini, stima ikipotea within 30 minutes stima imerudi. Lakini ukienda Soe, stima inakaa hata 2 weeks hakuna stima na wako na MCA. Ni jukumu ya MCA kupiga simu kwa watu wa Kenya Power kuuliza kwa nini area fulani hakuna stima. Can you follow up? Wafuatilie. You know, there are simple things that it just need mtu ule kuna roho kwenye kusaidia watu. That's what I can say.
Mheshimiwa, have you already created a good rapport with the people of Lower Savannah?
The people of Lower Savannah, they know Evans very well. In fact, huko wanaitanga Evans, wanaitanga Baba Unga, because they know the kind of work I've been doing even before COVID, even before 2017. Nimekuwa nao, I've been there. In fact, if you ask the people of Lower Savannah, some of them think that I'm the MCA. Hawajui kama kuna MCA alichaguliwa. Wengine wanaitanga MCA tunakupatia 5 tena, not knowing that mimi natafuta kiti. So the people of Lower Savannah, in conjunction with the entire youth, I've tried my best with the small resources I have. Nimenunulia vijana pikipiki. I've tried kusaidia vijana kama 7 wako na pikipiki zao wanaendesha. I've tried to empower youths with small funds I have, with the connections. Nimejaribu kuempower. I've created employment. Right now as we are talking, nilipeleka vijana karibu 250 wale bombers of Kenya. There's a security company that was recruiting kazi ya security. There are youth there who are working now and earning their salary. And so far already pia kuna wanawake tumewasaidia with the small business opportunities. So, and apart from that, in my school, as part as it is business, we have over 60 kids. Wale tunasaidia wanasoma bure bila kulipa na shilingi moja. So I think there's a good rapport with them, and they know who I am, they know what I've been doing, and they believe in me. Yeah.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, where is your home village?
Mimi natoka Homa Bay, Kabondo, Kadongo. Ukienda pale utanipata, but we also have another home in Muhoroni, huko mahali inaitwa Jaber. Hiyo area ndio pia tunatoka. We have 2 homes. Yes.
Why did you choose to run for a political seat in Nairobi and not your village?
Mimi ni Bontao. Nimezaliwa hii Nairobi, nimesomea Nairobi, nimeenda college Nairobi, nimeoa hapa Nairobi. My entire life nimekuwa hapa na hii. So ushago ni ile tunaendanga wakati wa Christmas, wakati kuna matanga, wakati tunataka kwenda kutembelea wazee kidogo upate sukari, lakini maisha yangu yote imekuwa hapa Tao. So mimi ndo nai. So I've never thought of kuvai ushago. So yeah.
Mheshimiwa, wakati kama huu wa siasa na wakati wa kampeni ndio inasemekanaga kwamba vijana wengi wanatumika na waheshimiwa kuleta vurugu mtaani na vitu kama hizo. Wewe kama mheshimiwa especially, na tunafahamu Jacaranda iko ndani ya wodi yako na Jacaranda mara mingi unaelewa kitu namaanisha. Je, mheshimiwa, vitu kama hizo una deal nazo aje? Ama utadili nazo aje wakati utapata kiti?
Okay. Ile shida kubwa sana vijana wetu wako nayo ni kazi. Kama tunaweza create employment.
Yes.
Hatuwezi kuwa na hizi makelele mingi tuko nazo. Kama kila kijana anaweza jituma, tuwasaidie. Unajua tukisema kijana anaenda kujituma, ni sisi tuwasaidie kama viongozi.
Yes.
I want to be a leader ule anakutana na vijana anapatia 200 na story imeisha.
Yes.
I want a leader who can go out there and knock doors on their behalf so that apate usaidizi. If our youth can get job opportunities, even if it is not a white collar job, whether it is business, squeeze hata kuuza mayai, kuuza watermelon, kuuza nini, as long as it is well planned, na mtu anaweza pata 200, 300. Yeah, because if you can only do that, then youth zetu watakuwa busy, they won't have time to idle. Because inasemekana idle minds are the devil's workshop.
Yes.
And unfortunately also, some of these politicians are part of the devil because they're the ones who are using our youth.
Yes.
Naomba sahi, the same way wanasiasa wako kwa ground, wakijifanya wako na tournament za mpira, wakijifanya sijui wanafanya nini. I want a situation whereby they come up with the funds to help these youths.
Yes.
Kama ni pikipiki, wacha mwanasiasa nunue pikipiki 10, vijana 3 waungane, wasaidiane wapate riziki yao. Because pikipiki inafanya kazi 24 hours, usiku na mchana. Wanaweza wafanya kazi ya riziki yao. Instead of kukutana na vijana 200 kwa hall, na wapatie 100, 200, and that is it. Au hujawasaidia. We want a situation whereby hata nikichaguliwa, these funds that are meant for the government, kama ni Uwezo Fund, kama ni funds za women rep, those funds should help our youths.
Yes.
And we can lobby these foreign countries, these ambassadors. They normally have a charity kit. Yeah, we can talk to them. They can help our youths. We have banks. Wanakonga na charity kit. We can talk to them. We can pitch ideas. They can help our youths. All these ideas, bringing them together. Vijana wetu wanaweza pata usaidizi. Our youth don't need 1 million. Kuna vijana wanakutana nao nakwambia mheshimiwa, mimi ukinipa 10,000 I can do ABCD. Kuna mwingine anakuambia mheshimiwa, mimi ukinipa 5,000 naweza uza hata mayai na watermelon. Unaona? So it's not like they need 1 million. So if I come up with 1 million, I can help so many youths all together.
Yes.
Yes.
Kidogo peti kidogo. Mheshimiwa, unafahamu siku hizi maisha ya siku hizi yako sana sana upande wa digital sana sana.
Yes.
Na siku hizi watu wanafanya kazi online.
Yes.
Si lazima upatie mtu kazi, mwambie lima hapa ndio upate kitu kidogo.
Yeah.
Je, mheshimiwa, kwa mpango yako umepangia nini vijana wa Savannah ukiwa transform kutoka kwa analog na digital upande wa kazi? Je, uko na any idea unaweza saidia vijana kazi kama hizo za online na vitu kama hizo?
This is where pitching ideas come in.
Yes.
When you go to approach these big organizations,
Yes.
you go to banks, you go to NGOs, and you pitch these ideas.
Yes.
And you talk to them and you tell them the benefit of doing ABCD.
Yes.
It is workable. So we'll sit down with these youths because we have many youths with brilliant ideas. We can sit down and they give me their work plan. They give me this is what I can do if given this. From there, it is going to be my mandate. It is going to be my responsibility to go and look for the funds to help them out.
Yes.
So I'm not very good in IT. I'm not very good in this issue of net and everything, but I can get a youth who is very brilliant and has that passion with it. So it is going to be my responsibility to work on his behalf, kumtafutia donors ama kutafuta funds. It is going to be a responsibility hata kuambia mbunge, mheshimiwa, saidia hawa vijana na hii pesa Uwezo Fund so they can start this project. It is going to be my responsibility to go. Kuna vijana wengine wanataka kwanza the radio station. Yeah? We can talk with the area MP, we can talk to the governor, we can talk to the women rep, we can talk to the senator. We sit down because the main purpose as why we are elected is not to give up handouts, but to help these people to watoe katika ile hali ya ufukara tuwainue. So we can work out with the resources that are available, and you can also work out with NGOs, with foreign countries to bring help for our people. Yes.
Yes, Betty.
Okay, it's so unfortunate. I don't know where I belong if I stay in Lower Savannah or Upper Savannah next to Jacaranda. Is that where you are aspiring for?
In Embakasi East kuna boundaries wards. Lower Savannah inaanza Masimba to Shell petrol station iko hapa. Shell unateremka chini, Idivel, Jacaranda yote iko Lower Savannah. Masimba unateremka mpaka Soweto kwa soko huko chini is Lower Savannah mpaka kwa bridge. Then ukipanda juu ni Embakasi ward, ukikuja hii side nyingine ya barabara ya Greenspan, Donholm, hiyo ni Upper Savannah. Yes.
So niko na stay hapa karibu na Jacaranda. That is Lower Savannah, phase 8.
Phase 8.
Yes.
Hiyo ni Upper Savannah. Hapo kwa boundary hiyo barabara imetengenezwa na Baba Wino, hiyo lami imeweka mpaka ya Lower Savannah na Upper Savannah. So if you are in Idivale and Jacaranda, that is Lower Savannah. If you are in Donholm phase 8, hiyo ni Upper Savannah.
Okay. Yes. Suppose I was coming from Lower Savannah as an individual. How will I benefit from you after umeibuka mshindi?
After umeibuka mshindi, kitu kwanza utabenefit kwamba MC wenyu atakuwa anapeana bursary free and fair. Hakuna school utasikia Team Evans imechukua bursary imeenda kuuza. We will make sure that bursary ya watoto imefikia watoto. Hii bursary imepeana ya kupea watoto wanyonge wale wajiwezi imewafikia. Sitafanya biashara na bursary, timu yangu haitafanya biashara na bursary. I will make sure bursary imefikia wana Lower Savannah. Kama ni 700 nitakuwa na hesabu bursary 700, ndio hii nimepewa bursary 700, wana Lower Savannah wapata bursary 700. When it comes to pesa ya Uwezo Fund na pesa ya GAF, it is going to be my responsibility ni lobby on your behalf, ni wasaidie vikundi wapate hiyo pesa. When it comes to development, kuna maendeleo pale inatakikana, barabara inatakikana, I'm going to make sure I lobby for the local youths wapata hizo tenda za kutengeneza barabara, ama kama ni subcontractor wapatiwe hiyo kazi, si kuchukua watu kutoka mahali nyingine wanakuja kufanya kazi Lower Savannah. The projects, any project, any road that is being built, any school that is being built, any kind of project that is coming from the government, that is coming from the national government, county government, from the office of the member of parliament, zote zitafanywa na the resident of Lower Savannah. Na hiyo tutakuwa tunatangaza, inakuwa inagawa because we have 11 zones. We will make sure each and every zone tumepatia opportunity vijana wao wafanye kazi.
Okay, Mheshimiwa, what if I don't want the bursary and I'm a cool kid? How will I still benefit from you?
Okay, in politics kila mtu akona interest yake. Na what I believe that if you elect a leader today, you don't just elect him for your own personal gain. You are electing this leader for the sake of the community also. Yeah, because sasa leo umenichagua, umeniweka pale kwa kiti na umesikia Evans amesaidia watoto wameenda shule. You'll be proud. You'll be proud of yourself ya kwamba you participated in the leadership of that person, of that individual. Wakati umesikia kuna wamama wamesaidika na pesa ya Uwezo Fund ama ya GAF, mheshimiwa amasukumia wakapata hii pesa, you'll be proud because wamepata usaidizi. Wakati umesikia wale vijana walikuwa wanafaa kunyonga watu kwa barabara ku create insecurity, mheshimiwa amewasaidia wamepata pikipiki, you'll be proud of that because wewe ukitembea na simu yako you won't be any worry ya kwamba mtu anaweza snatch simu yako. So as much as kila mtu akona personal interest, but the interest of the community surpass our personal interests.
Mheshimiwa, pale Jacaranda kuna bunge la wananchi, sijui iko wodi yako, sijui kama unajua.
Naijua vizuri sana.
Wanakuaga pale chini ya mti
kabisa,
na kuna bunge la wananchi karibu kila ward hapa Nairobi. Maybe una mpango gani na bunge la wananchi ya eneo lako? Maana sisi tunaendaga hapo, tunachukua coverage, tunaweka hapo kwa Mtembei TV. Na ukiwaangalia wanajadili mambo ya maana sana, kwa sababu ni mandugu na madada wameamua wajiweke pamoja, wajadili mambo ya wodi yao na Kenya yote kwa ujumla. Maybe una mpango gani kwao, kwa sababu wanakuaga tu pale chini ya mti? Maybe sijui kama una mpango yoyote wanakusikiza.
I had the privilege of having one sitting with the bunge la wananchi, na kulingana vile mwasoma, the guys who are talking sense, na they play a very big role. In fact, kuna baadhi ya vitu wanaongea pale hata wabunge wale walichaguliwa kwa pale ametaongea.
Yes.
So wanaongea sense what they need, because from them we'll get leaders.
Yes.
Out of this bunge la wananchi we'll get brilliant leaders.
Yes.
We'll get human rights activists. We will get politicians. We will get people who are starting NGOs to help the community.
Yes.
So me as an individual, I believe as time goes by, I want a proper sitting.
Yes.
We can arrange with other leaders to wapatie sitting. Naona wako chini ya miti, we can arrange wakuwe na tents.
Yes.
Wana sound, we can arrange wakuwe na sound.
Yes.
So they can ule mtu anaongea strain sana, wakuwe na at least a PA system whereby at least wakiongea mtu strain. So we can have such kind of things for them, because if you go to bunge la mwananchi ya Kibera, they are more organized, wako na tent, wako na seats, wako na all sorts of things.
Yes.
And also as bunge la mwananchi, because they don't get salary,
Yes.
they can come up with the projects whereby wako na tents, wako na viti, wakati mbunge ama MCA ako na event.
Yes.
They go and hire those things kwa mbunge ama MCA, so that at least they can get income ya kuwa sustain pale kama bunge la mwananchi, because they don't have any salary.
Yes. Peti, una jambo nataka kuongea?
Yes.
Sawa, asante Peti.
Okay, mheshimiwa kiongozi, watu wa pikipiki wameteseka sana according to me. And hata weka unaenda rally, watu wa pikipiki wanakuanga number first lane. Uko na mpango gani kwa watu wa pikipiki wale wa Savannah?
Personally, I've had several meetings na watu wa pikipiki, bodaboda riders. In fact, it is only me out of all the aspirants that have nimekuwa na several meetings now. Nimewapatia mpaka insurance ya life cover. Nilipatia karibu 70 riders insurance. I paid for them. It is in public domain. I've also had several meetings with them on giving them ideas on how they can survive, in fact, during this political season. Because politicians want to take for granted what riders, and yet they play a very big role when it comes to campaign and generally election, because it is a group, ni watu wanaweza amua hata kuwa na president wao. So I advised watu wa pikipiki, na kama kuna wale wananisikiza, let politicians stop using you. Politicians wako na pesa ya ku erect billboards, ku erect banners and everything, and they spend a lot of money when it comes to advertisement. Why should they use you by giving you reflectors to advertise them and they don't pay you? Nilisema, nikaambia riders through their chairman, nikaambia they need to come up with a policy whereby any politician, be it an MCA, be it a member of parliament, be it a governor or a senator, before awapatie reflectors muvai, akae na nyinyi chini awambie ni jinsi gani atawasaidia. Because when you are putting those reflectors, you are advertising them. It is like any betting company, wakati wanapeana reflectors, it is advertisement. So when a politician is using you as a billboard, then you need to benefit from that billboard. You need to benefit from that advertisement. Yes. Wakati wanakuja na reflectors kwa hizo bases zenyu, waambie there is a channel. Waende kwa chairman, mkae chini, muongee, muambie okay, tuko na riders 20 kwa hii base, we need 50,000. Ndio tuchukue hizi reflectors tuvae, ndio tuko advertise. If at all they don't want to give you the 50,000 or the 100,000, wachukue reflector wapeleke mama mboga.
Asante sana mheshimiwa, naona bado Derek ako hapa na tunajua bado anataka kuongea na mheshimiwa. Mr. Derek, get ready. Unmute your mic, Derek. Yes, Mr. Derek, unanisikia? Yes, unmute your mic, please.
Yes, I'm still here. I can't leave.
Naona Derek una comment,
Hello.
unasema unataka namba ya mheshimiwa. Ndio huyu naongeleshe.
Hello, Derek.
Have it in private chat with yes.
Namba yangu is in public domain. Mimi si mwanasiasa wa kupendiwa namba. Namba yangu ni moja tu. For the last 15 years nimekuwa na namba moja. So namba yangu ni 0715204454. 0715204454. Unaweza nipata kwa WhatsApp hapo. Tujadiliane, tuongee mingi, tuone vile tunasaidiana.
204, the last one.
0715204454.
Yes, Derek, umepata hiyo namba? Umepata namba ya mheshimiwa?
No, I will beg that you repeat. I have 07 15 20
0715 204 454. Mwisho ni 454. 0715 204 454.
No, Mr. Evans.
Yes, my brother.
Mr. Evans, I still miss one. I still miss one digit.
0715
0715
204
204
454.
454.
Yes.
Nimekutumia Mr. Derek.
Okay. Now, Mr. Evans, you are good. You are good, and yeah,
Network yako iko na shida kidogo,
appreciate
unaweza
that
hapo nite.
you.
Yes, mheshimiwa, maybe tukimalizia your last, unaweza ambiaje watu wa Savannah? Oh, okay. Dada yetu amekataa. Yes, Betty. Yes, Betty.
Okay, mheshimiwa. Place yako inajulikana kama Gaza. Penye theft inafanyika all the time, mauaji nini. That is where some allegation tend to say like watu wako wanakuwa hired kuumiza watu. Hapa juzi Madanje's wife, he's a musician, aliuliwa hapa karibu na Greenspan, and it is said that those people ran wakiingia ndani ya Kayole. What are you going to do about theft, safety?
Let me say this in a very simple term. Wizi or theft, they mean that no watu wa Lower Savannah wetu. Wizi wanatoka all the way from Dandora, all the way from Kibera, all the way from Ndare, and they come and steal here. I don't believe kama vijana wetu within our community can do such a thing within our area. But more so, we can also do this. The reason why all these things are happening is because what vijana wana kazi. And we can work out on how we can create employment. And that's why me, Evans, have been trying my very level best, kununua pikipiki na empower vijana. Because I'm not one kind of a politician who like using them as a tool to gain political mileage. I want a situation where you can help them out. I like the way Baba Wina was doing it previously. Baba Wina alikuwa analia mpaka vijana Mutumba, anaambia pikipiki, and he was trying his best kuwasaidia. But also it needs passion and a lot of background check na kufuatilia vile umetasaidia vijana. So crime is there, yes, we cannot run away from it, but on how we are going to handle it, lazima viongozi tukae chini tuone hizi resources zote tuko nazo kwa hii country, hizi resources zote MP anapatiwa, resources zote county government inapatiwa, what are they doing to help these guys out? For instance, vijana wengine wako involved in garbage collection. Garbage collection initially kitambo tuko wadogo, it used to be the responsibility of county government. Unfortunately, ilikufa hiyo mambo garbage collection. It only happens in Westlands, Lavington and other lavish places. Lakini in ghetto, this thing is not happening. So my idea was, why can't the county government adapt our vijana county garbage collection, wapatenge salary so that they can continue doing this work? Because county government has failed when it comes to garbage collection. So it is the responsibility of the county government to adapt wale vijana wako registered and already involved in garbage collection, wakiwa wanaweka kwa salary na wakiwa kupatiwa lori kila wiki ya collect garbage ikipelekwa Dandora ama mahali inapelekwa. Yes.
Wow. Okay, another question that I always love asking people, especially the guest. Now that the economy is tainted, who is to blame?
Economy si ya Kenya tu peke yake imeharibika. If you go across the world, economy zao ziko na challenges. You go to Canada, you go to America, you go to Europe, you go to Asia, economy imekuwa na issue. That's unaona kwamba globally unaona price ya oil inaenda juu inaenda chini, it keeps on changing. Unaona dollar inaenda juu inaenda chini. So it is not something that you can point a finger to any individual. It is something that is happening globally, but I believe as thing goes by, mambo itakuwa mzuri, na tunaomba Mungu the prime minister achukue kiti na angalie na other global leaders waangalie vile watasoti issue ya economy.
Okay.
Eti maswali zimeisha eh?
Bado ziko tu. Lakini nakupatia break kidogo. Hata nichukia.
Asante sana. So tunaweza naona Derek amerudi. Sijajua anataka ako tu na kitu anataka kumalizia. Acha tumpe nafasi amalizie aulize mheshimiwa na basi tunaweza maliza show. Yes, Derek. Yes, Derek, unatupata? Una network ya Derek haiko sawa. So mheshimiwa, tukimalizia maybe una jambo gani unaweza ambia watu wako wa Savannah na pia any message kwa Kenya kwa ujumla?
Ningependa kuchukua hii fursa kuomba sana sana watu walio Savannah. Najua baadhi ya viongozi wamejitokeza, wanadai nyinyi mwapigie kura, yes, kama watu walio Savannah.
Yes.
Lakini mimi naomba watu walio Savannah wakuwe makini sana na watilie maanani na wakuwe watu wa kuuliza swali. Isiwe kwamba viongozi wanakuja from nowhere, wanakuja wanataka kura, mtu anasema mimi ni kijana wa mtaa, mimi ni jirani, mimi ni wenyu. We need to ask questions kwa watu au viongozi. Yes. Ni nini wamefanyia watu wa Savannah ili na hata wao wachaguliwe?
Yes.
Hiyo ni swali kubwa sana tunafaa tuulize viongozi wetu. We must ask them, what have they done? What have they done? Not what they have done the last 6 months. Because that is definitely mtu wote anaweza fanya, mtu wote hata mwanasiasa wote mwingine anaweza kuja fanye, akuja peane umbrellas, akuja peane 100 50 adanganya, then akishachaguliwa potee, ama siasa kiisha akose kuchaguliwa amtaimuona tena. Ni lazima tuulize viongozi wale wanasimama katika kiti ya MCA, member of parliament, women rep, governor, ni nini wamefanyia watu wa Nairobi na sana sana watu wa Savannah. Tuko na hiyo jukumu kama wapigaji kura kuwauliza. Jambo lingine, wakao kijua kwamba huyu Oluoch ni kijana amekuwa nao pale. Nilisimama uchaguzi 2017, sikufanikiwa na sikutoroka. I'm not a seasonal politician. I'm a community worker with a lot of interest in Savannah, helping our kids, helping our youths, helping women with disability, people living with disability, helping people living with HIV/AIDS. Tumekuwa tukiwasaidia, tumekuwa tukisaidia vijana. And I do this putting politics aside. Lakini based on my track record, based on what I've been doing for the community. Yes. That's why nimesimama, because we have been having poor leadership, the leadership that has failed our people, and now we need a leader that can really serve the interest of the people of Savannah. To the people of this country, tuko na jukumu ya kuchagua rais, tuko na jukumu ya kuchagua governors, tuko na jukumu ya kuchagua senators, women rep, and all other leaders. Tafadhali, ask questions when you are called to these barazas, when you are called for these meetings. Don't fear. It is your democratic right to ask questions. Go and ask this individual question and ask them, what have they done? If it is a governor, muulize, what has he been doing or her for the last 5 years for the people of Nairobi? Ameangalia kama fedha imekuwa kivujwa Nairobi, amekuwa kifuatilia vitu za Nairobi, ama ni yote tunataka uongozi on a silver plate. We must ask questions. Right now we cannot ask the prime minister questions because yeye kazi yake is in public domain. Yes, sisi tutamchagua tu hata bila kuuliza swali because already tunajua ile kazi amefanya. But for the rest of the leaders, ni lazima tuulize swali. Lazima waulize swali one on one so that they can be accountable to our votes.
Mr. Derek.
Yes.
Namalizia Derek, maybe swali ya mwisho mheshimiwa tukifunga. Derek, kuna swali gani kwa mheshimiwa tukifunga? Hello?
Interrupted.
Yes.
I was interrupted, but I think as per now, I can only wish my brother success, because the questions that I had for him, I have asked him, and he was able to answer me according to my expectations. So congratulations, bro.
Thank you so much.
Asante sana ndugu. Yes.
Okay. Mheshimiwa, suppose we don't win.
Kidogo tu. Shadrack. Shadi. Vipi?
Yes.
Ni swali gani uko nayo kwa mheshimiwa wetu Evans? Okay. Petty, you can proceed.
Mheshimiwa, suppose we don't win, what do I expect from you, or the people of Savannah expect?
Okay, number one, I'm going to win the election. In 2017, I didn't win, but I was still on the ground. But in the community work yangu, I was still helping the youth. I was still attending to issues that are affecting the people of Lower Savannah. So winning is not something that I'm going to talk about. I believe that I'm going to win this seat. I believe I'm going to serve the people of Lower Savannah with a good heart. They won't regret if they give me this opportunity, and I know they're going to give me the opportunity. Niwaserve na roho moja, so that one time hata mtoto wangu akuja kusimama pale atasema like father like son, babaka alifanya kazi mzuri, pia atafanya kazi mzuri. Thank you so much.
Yes. Asanteni sana wanamtembei, kwa kila mtu ambaye amejoin, tunashukuru sana. Tumekuwa na bwana Evans ambaye ni tutasema ni upcoming MCA wa Lower Savannah, na imekuwa amazing sana kujoin hapa. Kwa kila mtu ambaye amejoin tunashukuru sana, na maybe tukimalizia Petty.
Yeah, and of course it's Madam Petty Mouth in the house, msichana kutoka Homa Bay. Welcome once more to Mtembei TV. Tomorrow same time, different topics.
Asanteni sana.
And we are out.